It's getting warm here in South Florida, and I just wanted to give you an update of the garden. Things are really starting to grow, so let me turn things around here. These are my new flowers that I have out here on the table. All right, so we'll start here. I retired the poinsettias and replaced them with these beautiful hibiscus plants. My strawberries are thriving. Let's see, I had to put this netting on here so that the birds couldn't get to everything. But it's been raining a lot. I need to get rid of that one there. So I had a lot of rain, and so my strawberries are paying the price. But as you can see, they're growing. They're growing, growing, growing. So I can get down in here so you can see what's going on underneath here. There's a lot going on underneath these leaves. Marigolds are still going strong. Butter Crunch is starting to bolt because of the hot weather here and a lot of rain too, so it's going straight up instead of out in a circle. And we've been eating a lot of it too. So I need to come out here and either chop this down so we can start growing again like this one here. I chopped that completely off. I chopped one off here where you're supposed to just start taking leaves from around the side so that it can continue to grow. I'm really not sure what to do because this is bolting. It's starting to go straight up instead of producing leaves. So I'm gonna start taking some leaves off and hopefully it'll start to flourish again. But again, we had a lot of rain, a lot of rain. These are the new flowers that I have out. Again, I replaced the, what are those plants called? The poinsettias with hibiscus plants. And the romaine lettuce is growing, but it takes a lot longer than the butter crunch, which is down that way. And then we can swing around here. This is the cherry tomato plant. It does have some tomatoes on it, a lot of them actually, and it's going to start. They're going to start turning red soon, like that one down there. So these are new, and this plant is thriving, and these flowers mean they're going to also be cherry tomatoes as well. I didn't realize it, but this plant actually split into two. See if I can show you down in here. See that? There's one, and then look, another one grew out. So I have two plants here. The marigolds and the rosemary are doing a good job of protecting the plant. I don't see any bugs so far. I added a new tomato plant here. This is going to be, these are going to be the big tomatoes, I think. I think that's what I got there. Okay, let me go over here. This is the tomato plant that I had before. I believe I stunted its growth by taking off the top, the first flowers that came. I think I stunted its growth, but it does continue to reproduce down here. And again, I added another one of these big harvest tomato plants here. The basil smells really good. It's starting to flower here. I think that's what they call bolting. So I need to cut this down and use it. Over here, I put the spearmint plant here because it's doing better here. I had it on the table and it was getting too much sun. It wasn't getting enough shade. And the sage there. Again, I have the marigolds here, the basil. I think they're doing a good job of protecting the plant. I don't see any bugs. The collard greens are looking good. They're looking healthy. We had a lot of rain, so at one point they were getting too much water. The marigold that I had planted here, maybe it's getting too much shade, so it doesn't look like it's thriving. The chives are doing good. They're growing. The spinach, we had one harvest from the spinach. I found out that it is a cold weather plant, so it started to bolt, and that means start grow up straight and flower instead of producing like edible leaves. These leaves are now shaped pointy as opposed to like this. This is when they're healthy and edible, when they get big like this. So I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do about this, but I have 3 of these plants, three spinach, oh actually 4 spinach plants. I'm really not sure if I'm gonna take them up or not. I found out that they're a cold weather plant, but again, no bugs. I think these marigolds are doing a good job of protecting it. And the green onions here, they don't look so hot, but they taste good. We have another onion plant right here, and we pretty much eat this all the time, so it just continues to regrow. This is from a sweet onion, as opposed to these, which are chives, and these, which are green onions. I planted some beans. I added this netting so it can start to grow upward off the ground. And I put in a couple of stakes. You see how it's starting to wrap around everything and catch on to things and grow upwards. So these are looking good and healthy. Behind them, I have these sunflowers. They're starting to grow. Eventually they're going to get big. So behind all of these beans is going to be some sunflowers. My ginger, look, finally decided to grow after about 3 or 4 months. But it's growing healthy now. I almost gave up on it. I thought wasn't nothing happening. But that's that. Now let me see if I can take you around back. And you can see this is where I have the tomatoes growing, right? These started well after this one. Look. So now it's finished growing up, and this is the russet potatoes. Now look, it has all this greenery here, and from my understanding, once the leaves start to yellow, I can stop watering it. It's been raining a lot, so it's been getting a lot of water, and rainwater, and I did add a little bit of water today because it's sunny today. But eventually this greenery is going to die back, and that's when I know that I can harvest the potatoes. So I don't know what's going on in here, but it looks like there's a lot of activity there. I hope everything's going good. It's my first time growing them potatoes. So I did see a little bit of bugs in here. They're like nets or something, I don't know. So we'll see how this turns out. Okay, and this is the cucumber vine. I added the netting. You see it starting to grow up and grab onto anything it can. Eventually we're going to get some cucumbers there. That's the deal. I have the marigolds here, which I think are doing a good job of warding off any bugs. I think these yellow flowers are gonna become cucumbers. And again, I have more beans because I wanted to see how they will grow here versus in the ground. White potatoes and red potatoes. Well, gold potatoes and red potatoes here. So they're growing behind this one. I started the months after, so we'll see. It's my first time growing a lot of this stuff. Over here is just a little garden. This is where I put the poinsettias. It's now March, almost April, and it's still red in some instances, so they're still thriving. I thought they would have turned green by now. This soil back here, and I'm trying to make it better. And I think now that all the flowers that I moved up weren't doing good up front, they're doing good now. Back here, I actually planted some peanuts here. So we'll see how that goes. It's my first time planted peanuts, all this stuff. So it's very much experimental at this stage. So this whole area, I put peanuts, raw peanuts, out of the shell. Okay. Alright, so that's this. This is my little garden where I put things that don't do good out front. They're coming back. They're coming back. They're thriving. That's another shot of the russet potatoes, cucumbers, dill, cucumbers, pole beans, red and gold potatoes. So we're gonna go back around here so you can see where the ginger, sunflowers, pole beans, green onions, spinach, which isn't doing too well. I might take that up and put in some carrots or something like that. Collard greens looking good. We can start eating those. My neighbors after these. Tomatoes, rosemary, peppermint, sage, and basil. All right, now my non-edible garden is thriving. I didn't add anything new here. All this is the same. This is where I started my journey over here. So I tried my hand at planting things that are not edible first, and then I moved over to the edible garden. One thing I did add is this right here for the hummingbirds. Let me turn it on. I'm gonna put some food in here. I had food in here, but it was too early and it was drawing ants. So I'm gonna put a little bit in here, see if it'll draw the hummingbirds. Okay, I did also add this little fountain for the birds to get some water. And that's it. That's the gist of my garden, out front, out back, and on the side. I am helping my neighbor do her garden as well. We'll see how that comes along in the next video. So I hope you all have a blessed and wonderful week. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. Have a blessed week. I'll give you another update on the garden. I'm waiting for my grandson to come over so we can pick these strawberries. And my neighbors are after my strawberries too. But until we meet again, happy gardening, everybody. Have a blessed week. I will talk to you all and see you all soon. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. And like, comment, share, and subscribe. Have a blessed day. Have a wonderful spring, everybody. Bye.